Hello, g'day, Simon slash Captain. Sorry, so I've got a roadside camp all set up. My gear either got wet today or in the last sleep when I crossed the Victorian border, so there's a little bit of, you know, sogginess to the hammock, but not too bad, reasonably comfortable. So I've come, let me just fix the camera up there. So just to report, I've come about 30 kilometers today, and tomorrow I'll roll into Can River. I met the owner of the hotel on the road today. Lovely, lovely person. And they offered that I could stay there tomorrow night. It's about 16 kilometers from where I am now. So I'll get up in the morning. Good evening, Sonia. How you doing? I'll get up in the morning, roll to Can River, and I'll probably do some laundry and stay at the hotel, and then continue on for Orbost the following day. There's probably another town in between. Oops, I mean Overlord. Yeah, yeah. Come on, get it right. Your Royal Highnessness, Majesty, Imperial Overlord. I don't know. Let's just go with Simon. I think it's easier. Yeah. But yeah, so I'll get to Can River, stay there tomorrow, and then roll forward for Orbost. So I am in the final days of the walk, and I think I can safely declare the finish date as the 19th of March. So I want to roll into Federation Square on a Saturday morning. I think I could get there sooner, and if I pushed harder, it would be like the 15th or something. But by controlling my pace and arriving on the weekend, I cannot let down the people who in Melbourne have said that they wanted to, meet and be there. So right now I'm in Forest outside of Can River, well, in between Genoa and Can River. Can River is awesome. Get a great night rest, mate, says Naomi. Yeah, cheers. Thank you. So I'll probably spend the afternoon and evening tomorrow hanging out at the pub at Can River. Rick says, G'day, Cap. Good to see you camped and settled in for the night. Hope you have a nice night's sleep, Sir Simon. Yeah, cheers. Sorry, I think my joking thing declaring myself overlord of Vicky is, as people have taken that a little bit seriously. I like it. um, okay, so we've got Diddly D. Can River Pub is a good feed, says Nathan. Cool. Awesome. I'll look forward to it then. Was a nice day in Bateman's Bay today, says Haley. I really liked Bateman's Bay. It's quite a beautiful place. Okay, we are all up to date on our comments. So, I am an old weirdo. I'm a dad, I'm a father of three, and I was broken by stage 4 cancer. So the big walk, one of the things I materially wanted to achieve with the big walk was to fix myself. So it's a pilgrimage. Hi from Kingscliff. It's been pouring down with rain there. Oh, geez, yeah. Okay, I think I passed through Kingscliff, I think. Near Byron's Bay, right? Byron Bay, yeah? Um, but yeah, I was broken and I couldn't bounce back, and I believed that a pilgrimage would heal myself. And I realized if I was going to do that, I should superhero up for science and serve a charity. So as soon as I decided to be of service, I started to get better. So the big walk, it's all for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. It's all about research into pediatric cancer. And yeah, I've come a long bloody way. So I've let go of a lot of things that I didn't need to carry. I think learned acceptance and let go of some grief, learned hope, optimism, like I've basically pulled my entire life back to the survival, walk, where will I sleep, what will I eat, what will I drink? And in doing that rebuilding and rediscovering people, I saw you in Ballin, New South Wales. Ballina? Yeah? You're a gem, CA. Love your work, says Teresa. Well, thank you. And yeah, so I've discovered this wonderful web of human kindness out there in the world too, which is just bloody gorgeous. And I think in sharing that, we are having, the chance to explore themes like how you can fix a broken life, the fact that we, all of us, are bloody gorgeous. Well, isn't that weird? Look at my, how freaky is that? So, the gloves that I wear, they're fingerless. Look at that. Like cookies and cream ice cream. Isn't that terrible? I got these sort of sores on my hand where I think I've had mosquito bites and stuff. But look, isn't that freaky? It's like I've been scratching my bum or something. I don't know. Ew, weird. So I've got tanned fingertips. and only fingertips. So now when I walk around at home, if that gets more significant, when I walk around back at home, I'm going to look like, wow, I already look like a bit of a weirdo. Dear Liddy, Sonia says, understatement, you have come so incredibly far in your journey. You have created a web of kindness. Oh, Sonia, thank you. I don't think so. I think I've discovered something that was already there, something that is basically who we are, who you are, who all of the people that I've met are. I haven't met a single person in my big walk that was a dickhead. Everybody was lovely, and I'm sorry to swear, I didn't mean to swear then. Everybody's just lovely and kind and curious. And what it shows us is when the patterns are expected and when we've got all of this usual day to day blah, 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 we can get caught in the churn of that. But when you break it and take people back to basics and, into scenarios that are unusual, our default pattern is gorgeous. We are kind and curious and interested. And I think we've just seen that continuously through the war. So I take great heart from that, because for me, kindness is the antidote to suffering, and it's the way that we move forward as a species. Guza says, Captain, the missus wants to know how many days do you get to Melbourne? 19th of March is the intended arrival date in Melbourne. So I'm pretty confident, just to declare that, I will get to Federation Square on the 19th of March. It's a Saturday, and I'm going to pace myself accordingly to aim to achieve that. So it's actually humble. I could probably get there quicker, but I like the idea of arriving on a Saturday when the people who said that they'd like to be there, they'd like to, you know, wave and shake hands and all that sort of stuff, so that I don't let them down, whether it's 5 or 50. It'd be nice if, but I'm no good at it. I don't know. I can't be my own hype man, like, oh, Captain Australia, hooray. But maybe if any of the people who do want to greet me, bring a friend or tell a friend about it, we could have a little bit of a crowd there, because that would be cool. I'd like to try and get some cameras there, news, so that we can raise this last little bit of money for the charity. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the protests have finished at Fed Square by then. Fingers crossed. Well, you know what? I'm powering in either way. So if there's I didn't know there's protests going on. I don't get to watch the news as often as I'd like to. So if there's a bunch of people waving signs and spitting on each other and doing all that combative garbage, I'm sorry, protest is a fundamental right, but we're not doing it right, all these truckers driving around Parliament House and spitting on people, and you do a thing, peaceful protest, like look at Gandhi, one man, like a hunger strike or something. You can make a profound difference, but when we turn into a rabble, it's reductive. We pull everything down. We make the whole argument less appealing, ugly, stupid. We need to articulate ourselves clearly, our grievances clearly, and try and build consensus, I reckon. Anyway, that was an old man ramble. I'm sorry, I didn't intend to do that either. But if there's protests going on at Federation Square, I'm going to roll straight in there anyway. If there's police, I'm going to assert my right to roll straight in there anyway. And I'm going to say that I've walked from Brisbane, and if they won't let me into Federation Square, I'm going to pace back and forward like a psycho until they do. Jacinta says, good on you. It's protests against the Ukraine-Russian war. It's peaceful and for a good cause. Okay, well, I mean, you should go over to Russia or the Ukraine for that, shouldn't you? I don't know. I mean, it is awful. I mean, who are you for me, blocking off City Street, who are we protesting to, I think the best forum for that is actually online. Make art with Vladimir Putin, depicted as Satan, and just bombard the living crap out of every Russian business with it until you break the internet. But yeah, gathering, I don't know. Anyway, it's all above my head. I'm just an old bullhead. Stephen says, have a good sleep, Captain. Take care. Fresh start for the morning and soldier on. Yep, bloody well will, and I'm looking forward to Can River. Respectful protests, agreed. Yep. Hi, Captain. I was one of the what? Mia. ... Now I'm intrigued and mystified. Dee. Sonia says, but also you don't want to break yourself from pushing harder than needed. It's the distance that counts, not the time. Oh, I don't know. So I'm back in the ordeal of this. So the stretch of road that I'm on, there's often no service. There's no surety of water, so I have to carry extra. It's hard to find a place to camp. So I'm back in the ordeal of it, back at the first days of the walk, and I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. Mia says, "Hi, Captain. I was one of the kids that came to see you at the motel you stayed at in Eden." Oh, yeah. Okay. So that was the Coachman's. They put me up there. Thank you to the Coachman's Motel. And those kids, my sister was very excited to see you, and so was my brother. Well, cheers, Mia. Yeah, like all of you. I think there were like 9 kids that night. You were all bloody gorgeous. I loved that encounter. So those who didn't see the photos or whatever, this was when my mate Einstein, his pussycat, got hurt, and he had been following me around loosely, and he had to go home. So I was waiting to say goodbye to him, and these 9 kids ran down to the motel because I was doing a live stream, and they all tried on the Captain Australia mask, and it was all very, very cool. Mary said, "Have a good night's sleep, Captain. Rest up for tomorrow." I will. In fact, I've got service here. I might even, try and get up to state on the news. Very devastating to see pointless loss of life when there are so many fighting for their lives to stay with the loved ones. Thankful for your efforts for these kids. Yeah, I don't know. For me, evil, yeah, how do I articulate this? I believe that we all have beliefs, and they're like rectums. Keep it clean, keep it to yourself, and we all need to recognize and respect that we've all got one. So it's righteous to keep toilets clean and look after each other and be respectful of that. And the thing is, none of us knows why we're here, and we need to have an ability to kind of accommodate each other and build consensus. And fundamentally, I think violence is wrong, profoundly wrong, and it never solves anything. In self-defense or in defense of somebody else, yeah, you might have to punch somebody or whatever, but doing it for personal gain or because you're drunk or whatever, it's just ugly and unnecessary, and it pulls us all down. I think the things that pull us down, like evil, hate, xenophobia, distrust, all of that sort of stuff, are tangible and probably even measurable, but so are the good things as well. And it's incumbent on us to just try and breathe more of the good stuff into the world. Because I think the seesaw is out of balance. I reckon that if you consider the good and evil as measurable, like saturation of oxygen and pollution, then, the only way to deal with evil, even big evil, like invading a country and killing civilians and all that, the only way to deal with it is by being the best good that you can be, and doing that at the social level. Well, I don't know. I reckon, sorry, with the Putin thing, I personally think we need to James Bond the shit up. Sorry, I swore again, didn't mean to. Need to send in send in the ninjas. Because it seems to me that there's a few characters in the world who just need a good killing. Kim Jong. There's just a few. There's just a few who, if you kill them and some of the military and civil leaders, the world gets better. But that completely and absolutely contradicts me saying that I think violence is never, ever, ever right. So I don't know. It's all a bloody muddle, isn't it? And all I can do is try and be good and do righteous things in my own life. But when you see the big evils, it's easy to kind of, I don't know, let this creeping despair come in, let this worry and fear come in. And I think those things are side effects of evil, and they allow evil to propagate. And I think we have to just kind of optimistically stand up and tell the truth and try and do what's righteous. So I guess, yeah, I guess I agree with the idea of these protests against the war that's happening in the Ukraine. War is not even the right word. It's probably not, like, war has to be declared, right? It's an invasion, but whatever you want to call it, we have to say how absolutely crap and garbage it is. And I don't know. Anyway, it's all above my head. I'm just an old bullfed. My special skill is walking. Anyway, I have 21 days left, I think. So I will get to Federation Square on the 19th of March. Hopefully the Russian invasion has failed by that time and they've crawled back into their little hidey holes, and all the nuclear stuff was a complete bluff. The problem with a bully is once you let them get away with a bluff, you've kind of set the tone. Anyway, peace to you, Captain. Peace, love, and mung beans straight back at you, Matthew. Yeah, cheers. That's what we need in the world, you know. Let's start this whole hippie movement again, I reckon. You know, they were onto something. The whole free love sort of, you know, peace be with you, brother sort of approach. Anyway, so I'm in a hammock, a little bit wet, slightly uncomfortable, but not too bad. I've got protein bars, I've got water, and I am going to FaceTime my kids and my wife and tell them I love them. Um, I'm sorry, I ramble like a silly old goose, which is what I am. It's definitely above my head too, says Sonia. Hopefully the bully is sorted with. Yeah, I don't know. Problem is that there are no sort of James Bonds or ninjas to send in. So just have to hope that it resolves itself with minimum loss of life. But yeah, you know, you have to worry about once something starts, where does it end? And but the problem is even in failure. So let's say the Ukrainian citizens and army defend themselves, and Russia is humiliated. Do you think that's a good thing? I don't. I think that makes a volatile leadership even more volatile. You know. Anyway, ribbity ribbity. Shut up, Simon. So yeah. Well, mosquito net. Hang on. There's a bloody mosquito in here. Got him. You evil little bugger. Sorry about that. Whoops. Um, yeah. So tomorrow, Can River, and I'll try and sort of map out the next few towns and times and all the rest because people are writing to me saying they want to meet and stuff. I'll try and do a better job of that. I'll also try and do pardon me, I do not have COVID, but I ate a protein bar, and if I don't drink, because of what the radiation did to the inside of my neck and throat, I cough. Sorry, need to drink more. But yeah, I'll try and do a better job of declaring when and where I'll be and sharing it. All right. Well, sorry, that's me. Australia mission. What? You could train up for Super Ninja. Yeah. I got a little fleck of protein bar in the back of my throat. Sorry about that. You could train up for Super Ninja World Saver after your captain's mate. I've barely gotten to the point where I can save myself, Sonia. You know, I can barely tend to my own garden. You know, move forward as a human being in an optimistic and worthwhile way. I don't know about what I can do for anybody else. I take delight in the idea that my experiences can illuminate someone else, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let's not. You know, conflate the idea that I dress up as a superhero with actually having any meaningful abilities at all. Um, Gail says, "Hi, Captain. Have a good rest, even though you're slightly wet." Yeah, all good, Gail. Thank you. All right, time to FaceTime my family. All the best, everybody. Sorry for the riggedy riggedy ramble. This was a beep 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 Captain Australia evening update. Boom boom. All right, take care of yourselves. Getting dark. Gonna sleep soon. See you later.